It's a good morning from my side, Greenacres ladies. This week we start with the Book of Proverbs. Thank you for joining me in the Book of Song of Solomon and enjoying that journey with me. The music under my voice that you hear is Leland, it's Winemaker, the instrumental version. I hope you enjoyed with me. The Book of Proverbs to me is such a book of wisdom, such a book of certainty that grants certainty in the uncertain times that we live in, and therefore I thought it wise to start with the book of Proverbs for the next few weeks and not Ecclesiastes as said in my last broadcast to you. I'll read you the introduction from the Good News Bible and then we'll continue on to chapter 1 for this week. Please enjoy it with me and do join me. As I always say in our group, the weekly word group, please don't hesitate to contact me to give feedback, whether negative or positive. All is welcome. I thank you. However, Proverbs, let me read you the introduction. The book of Proverbs is a collection of moral and religious teachings in the forms of sayings and proverbs. Much of it has to do with practical everyday concerns. It begins with a reminder that to have knowledge, you must first have reverence for the Lord, and then goes on to deal with matters not only of religious morality, but also of common sense and good manners. Its many short sayings reveal the insights of ancient Israelite teachers about what a wise person will do in certain situations. Some of these concern family relations, others business dealings. Some deal with matters of etiquette in social relationships, and others with the need of self-control. Much is said about such quality as humility, patience, respect for the poor, and loyalty to friends. I now continue on to chapter 1, the value of Proverbs. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David and king of Israel. Here are proverbs that will help you recognize wisdom and good advice and understand sayings with deep meaning. They can teach you how to live intelligently and how to be honest, just, and fair. They can make an experienced person clever and teach young men how to be resourceful. These proverbs can even add to the knowledge of wise men and give guidance to the educated so that they can understand the hidden meanings of proverbs and the problems that wise men raise. Advice to young men. To have knowledge, you must first have reverence for the Lord. Stupid people have no respect for wisdom and refuse to learn. Son, pay attention to what your father and mother tell you. Their teaching will improve your character, as a handsome turban or necklace improves your appearance. Son, when sinners tempt you, don't give in. Suppose they say, "Come on, let's find someone to kill. Let's attack some innocent people for the fun of it. They may be alive and well when we find them, but they'll be dead when we through with them. We'll find all kinds of riches and fill our houses with loot. Come and join us. We'll all share what we steal." Son, don't go with people like that. Stay away from them. They can't wait to do something bad. They're always ready to kill. It does no good to spread a net when the bird you want to catch is watching. But men like that are setting a trap for themselves, a trap in which they will die. Robbery always claims the life of the robber. This is what happens to anyone who lives by violence. Wisdom calls. Listen, wisdom is calling out for the streets, out in the streets and marketplaces, calling loudly at the city gates and wherever people come together. Foolish people, how long do you want to be foolish? How long will you enjoy making fun of knowledge? Will you never learn? Listen when I reprimand you. I will give you good advice and share my knowledge with you. I have been calling you, inviting you to come, but you would not listen. But you would not listen. You paid no attention to me. You have ignored all the advice and have not been willing to let me correct you. So when you get into trouble, I will laugh at you. I will make fun of you until it strikes. When it comes on you like a storm, bringing fierce winds and trouble, and you are in pain and misery, then you will call for wisdom, but I will not answer. You will look for me everywhere, but you will not find me. You have never had any use for knowledge and have always refused to obey the Lord. You have never wanted my advice or paid any attention when I corrected you. So then you'll get what you deserve, and your own actions will make you sick. Inexperienced people die because they reject wisdom. Stupid people are destroyed by their own lack of concern. But whoever listens to me will have security. He will be safe with no reason to be afraid. Ladies, up until there for today, I think this is so relevant for what we face today. We all want calmness. We don't know what the future holds regarding the economy, regarding COVID, regarding the rising deaths all over the world. And yet this tells us, if we need to be sure about anything, run to God. Don't ignore Him because we want to, but run to Him because He has wisdom. God Himself is the voice of wisdom. But wisdom starts by fearing the Lord, by saying, Lord, I lay my life in front of you. I give you my everything. And therefore, Lord, take my life. Do with me what you will. That, ladies, to me, is the beginning of wisdom. But do we do that? No, we want to devise our own little plans, and if it fails, then we want to say, Lord, where were you? Now my question to you is, foolish people, where were you when I called you? Just like I read now. Ladies, as we continue in the next chapters, in the next week, 31 of them to be exact, we will just delve into wisdom, and I will just give you pointers on how we can turn our backs to the Lord, start to reverence Him again, as the word says, and just enjoy Him for who He is, the God of wisdom, the God of love, the God of mercy. Until next week then, goodbye and God bless.